Ever notice how the people who seem to know everything online are often the ones who understand the least, while those with genuine wisdom sit back, watch, and rarely say a word? It's a paradox that reveals something profound about human intelligence. The wisest minds don't post because they've learned something the rest of us haven't. Picture this. You're scrolling through your feed and you see two types of people. The first group posts constantly. Strong opinions about everything. Hot takes on politics, relationships, success. They seem so confident in their knowledge. Then there's the second group, the silent watchers. They like a post here and there, maybe share something meaningful once in a while. But mostly, they observe. Psychology calls this the observer effect. The wisest people use social media like a mirror, not a megaphone. They're more interested in understanding than being understood. Research shows that people who browse without posting experience lower anxiety and greater self-awareness. They've discovered something counterintuitive. Silence can be more powerful than noise. But here's what most people miss. The urge to post everything isn't about sharing knowledge. It's about seeking validation. When someone posts their opinion on every trending topic, they're not teaching, they're performing. Their brain is addicted to the dopamine hit of likes, comments, and shares. Each notification feeds their ego, making them feel important, relevant, heard. The wise mind recognizes this trap. They understand that the need to constantly broadcast your thoughts is actually a sign of inner insecurity. Real confidence doesn't need an audience. True intelligence doesn't require applause. There's another layer here. The Dunning-Kruger effect runs rampant on social platforms. People with the least clarity often speak the loudest because they lack the wisdom to recognize the limits of what they know. They mistake access to information for actual understanding. They confuse having an opinion with having insight. Meanwhile, genuinely intelligent people stay quiet because they grasp the complexity of most issues. They see the nuances, the gray areas, the contradictions. They know that real wisdom often means admitting what you don't know. And that kind of intellectual humility doesn't translate well to social media's black and white world. The wisest minds also understand something about attention. Your mental energy is finite. Every minute spent crafting the perfect post, responding to comments, or getting pulled into online debates is a minute not spent on deeper thinking. They choose to invest their cognitive resources in reading, reflecting, creating meaningful work. Not performing for strangers on the internet. There's a biological component too. Highly reflective people often think in a different rhythm. They're more analytical, less impulsive. Before they speak, they think. Before they share, they consider the consequences. This natural pause protects them from the regret that comes with hasty online behavior. But perhaps the deepest reason is this. Wise people have learned to distinguish between connection and attention. Social media promises connection but often delivers only shallow attention. The validation feels good in the moment, but leaves you emptier than before. Real connection happens in deeper conversations, meaningful relationships, quiet moments of understanding. The wise mind chooses substance over spectacle. They'd rather have one meaningful conversation than 100 meaningless interactions. They understand that true influence doesn't come from follower counts. It comes from the depth of impact you have on the people who actually know you. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most of us post not because we have something valuable to say, but because we're afraid of being forgotten. We mistake visibility for significance. But the wisest people in history were often the ones who worked in silence, thought in solitude, and spoke only when they had something truly worth saying. They've learned that your thoughts don't need an audience to have value. Your insights don't require validation to be real, and your wisdom doesn't diminish when kept private. In fact, it often grows stronger. You don't need to shout to be understood. You just need the right space to think clearly. That's what rational depth is, a quiet corner of the internet for intelligent minds. If you felt something here, subscribe. Quietly, thoughtfully. You've just seen the mechanism. The next move is yours.